We are talking about a master manipulator and controller, or in other words, is known as a narcissist. How does a narcissist control or gain control, full control over a person that they're dating, or is a family member, or is a distant relative, or it could be a pastor, a member of the congregation? How do they use this mastermind to control another person, to make the other person submit to them and crave for their attention and love? Number one, to enter into this controlling environment or relationship, the master manipulator will use well-fabricated lies. They're going to tell a lot of lies. And these lies, they have actually studied your background. They have studied who you are and what it is that you are bound to believe. And so they use that. They use whatever data they have about you to cleverly, put their case across. So, for example, you said to them that you are married, you've been married before, but your marriage never worked out. You got kids, you are a lawyer, but you're in a different job, or something like that. They are going to come and mirror that report about you in a way which will make them match you. And so because you match, then it means that it looks as if they have some empathy, that they can understand and they can relate. And so they are a right match for you because they are relating with you with what you have said, and therefore they are able to have a door open and gain a foothold using that information that you have given them. So they can say, I studied law as well, but I never finished, or I went up to master's and then I decided to change vocation because I did law in my country, and in this country there is no open doors for me to continue with my law practice. Or they can say something like, I was also in a marriage, but it broke down because I was betrayed by my ex-wife, which is, of course, is a typical story why relationships are broken up. People never say that, oh, it was me that did A, B, C, D. So you will actually see that, okay, this person has got a story that is believable, and it also matches my own story. Second thing, or technique, or means in which a covert narcissist or a master manipulator will come into your zone and gain control over your life is by gaslighting you and triangulating. These two ways of manipulation go hand in hand. How do they do this, you ask, Ruthie Case? They do this gaslighting by, for example, you have agreed to do business with them together. If you have agreed to do business together, they tell you are the leader, you are this, you're that, and stuff like that. And then you come into those business conversations. So when you are trying to ask the major question, like the finances, like how are we going to get paid? How are we going to pay ourselves? And what finances are we going to use to pay for certain services? And how are we going to be accounting for our finances when they come in? And then they will start to gaslight you. And they will, they will be like, oh, there is other managers, somebody else that I've spoken to that is also interested in this same business. And I'm going to make sure that we all have a meeting. And then because at the moment, the little business has already started taking off and they are controlling the finances. And so I'll have to check with them how we are going to actually do this thing. And then they'll never get back to you on that. But they will come back to you to use your brain, to use your time, to use your input into the business, your expert input. And so they will continue the conversation, and they will act like that financial conversation never happened. And if you bring it up, they'll be like, oh, someone is texting or someone is calling, or, just wait, we are getting this paperwork together and you're going to see it very soon. And that very soon never comes. So that's just another way of gaslighting. And then and triangulation at the same time, because they are now using a third party, to pretend that the third party is more important than you, like knows this, whatever we are doing, more than you and I know. And so just shut up because the third party. Or if it's somebody that you're talking to about relationship and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, my sister needs me, my sister, when you are trying to ask important questions like, when am I going to meet you in person, or my sister is calling, my mom is not well, I'm going to the hospital, I'm on my way to the hospital, this and that, just to discourage you, like to make sure that you are not gonna be talking about that serious point about the relationship. So, or my job, I'm on my way to my work, or I'm this and that, like trying to avoid the point in which you are talking. And so once you are actually in the relationship comes the third part. And the third part is the devaluation. You are not good at this, or so and so is better and knows how to do this better than you. And why, for example, they've been avoiding you, like you text them and they're quiet, and then when they finally text you and they're like, where were you? And they'll be like, is there any, why are you so emotional? Why are you so toxic? Why are you so complicated? Why do you want to know where I am at every minute of the day? Like, they now begin to act like as if they're a victim, and yet they actually used that gaslighting text, like they act like they're not there, they're not online, they're not available, for a good 2 days or 24 hours. And then when you are trying to reach them, and then when they finally come, they're like, you're so toxic, you're emotional, you're out of control, you don't have anything to do with your life, you're too much, I can't stand you. And it's like they are trying to devalue you for you to feel like you are worthless. And yet they began to make you, they made sure that they can't be reached on purpose, you see. So it's all another way of manipulating you and controlling you and devaluating you, and making sure that they are control of the relationship. And another thing is, they will not have a one-on-one meeting with you face-to-face on a phone call. They will make sure that there's always other people in the background or something that is distracting them, or it's dark, it's late at night, you're tired, you're not reasoning well, so that they can get control of you. They cannot have a light of the day discussion with you, because they know very well that you might be able to reason and to ask some questions. And so they're not going to even provide that atmosphere where you are going to have some quality time for you to find out more about whatever that you are involved in together, or for you to be able to bring in some ideas of how you can, improve your relationship or lifestyle together. It's because they know very well that they don't want you to have any input or any suggestions or ideas, because they're there basically to take from you, to take your company, to take your resources, to take your body, to take your beauty, to take anything that is valuable, and then to discuss, to discard it afterwards. So that's the last part. So the last part is they discard you. And when they discard, they actually ghost you. So you'll be trying to reach them, they're not available at all. And they might be available once in a blue moon, but they're not really talking with you. They're just available. They're online, or they are somewhere where you both see each other, like at work or at church or somewhere in common, but they're not really, one-on-one in communication with you.